Welcome to the Clan Podcast, where we will be taking you behind the scenes at Clan to speak to our staff, volunteers and many more. This week we have Leah from Coppa Feel and our Centre Manager in Aberdeen, Kellie.
So hi Leah, I'm Kellie Strachan. I'm the Centre Manager here at Clan House Aberdeen, and this is going to be one of our first podcasts for Clan House Aberdeen, which is really exciting, and it's great to meet you today. I'm really happy you've come along to Clan House. And it's just to get a bit of an understanding around your organisation, Coppa Feel, what it's all about, where you're based, etc. So yeah, just to find out a wee bit more about your charity and your organisation.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Just for everyone else, my name is Leah, and I am the president/boob team leader. It's very complicated what title I exactly have, but for the Aberdeen Uni Boob team.
Okay, so tell me a bit about Coppa Feel and what it's all about.
Okay, so Coppa Feel is essentially a breast cancer awareness charity. How we got to come about is that the founder, Chris, got diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 23.
Okay.
And she kind of realised that she had no idea that young people could get breast cancer or that it could affect anyone under the age of 50. And that there was very little resources out there to kind of inform young people about the risk. So she decided with her twin sister, you know what, we're going to set up a charity and we're going to make sure that as many young people as possible can detect breast cancer in themselves, or see the signs, or just basically just aware of the signs, at what point you should go to the doctor, just so that more people can get that early detection and then obviously have greater chances of surviving and recovering.
Okay, so does Coppa Feel allow people to come in that maybe have a concern about a lump that they have, or is it more that you provide leaflets and videos, etc. to people?
We provide awareness, so we provide leaflets, and we are all over the UK at university campuses where all the boob teams are handing out shower hangers, leaflets, little cards. We've got our text reminder scheme where it kind of reminds you to check your boobs once a month. Okay. And we're really more about raising that awareness, what signs to be aware of, but we do not in any way, give out medical advice. Just like, if you have those symptoms, if that persists, maybe go and see a doctor.
Yeah, okay. So for example, if somebody was to discover a lump on their breast and they were a bit concerned about that, and it's a young person at university, could they go online to your website and see how it is that you can help them?
Yes. So again, it's more about discovering the lump in the first place rather than what happens after. But there's also a few resources on the website for what next steps you should take if you are concerned about what's happening. Okay.
So ordinarily then your charity is more about young people regularly checking their breasts so that they know what to look for.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got, for example, our shower hangers. We've got our little cards, business cards, where there's a few signs to be aware of, which includes lumps, which includes discharge from your nipples, and all of that.
Okay. The shower holders, tell me a bit more about that, shower hangers.
It's just like, how in some showers you have those rings where you can kind of hang stuff on, where sometimes the cable from the shower head goes through.
Okay.
It's just like a little shower hanger that says check your boobs or check your pecs. Signs to be aware of on the back. So it's essentially just because obviously you're supposed to check your boobs when you're naked.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, forget it, and that is just like a handy way of reminding yourself, because in the shower you're usually naked anyway.
Okay. Yes.
So it's just kind of a way, and especially we used to try and partner up with student accommodation, so they hand them out to students and just hang them in the showers. So whenever they go and take a shower, they can see, and they're completely waterproof, so you can remain there as well. Yeah.
So are you visible in Freshers Week and things like that?
Usually, yes.
Okay.
This year, obviously, a bit more difficult. But yes, usually we are at Freshers Fairs, we are at sporting events. So how the universities have those Granite City Challenge where both universities compete against each other in big events. So we were there, for example, and we are quite visible as well because we've got a gigantic inflatable boob.
Okay.
So one of us always gets to carry that around.
Okay.
So very easy to spot at events like that. But usually, we're there to hand out flyers, to hand out our little business cards, hand out shower hangers, hand out stickers, just all of that.
Fantastic. Okay. And obviously, we're in COVID just now.
Yes.
So you're not getting out to the universities as you normally would do.
Yeah.
So it's a case of people accessing this online.
Yes.
I would say.
So over the last year, what we usually do is we organise a bunch of events like bake sales, pub quizzes and all of that, and obviously we can't do that. What we're doing now is, for example, online pub quizzes, which is quite fun, so just getting a few people together. But then we're also very excited, we just launched a naked calendar, which is something that's been in the work for a while. So a bunch of university societies have supported us and have taken naked pictures, essentially. Really cool one. Wow. So the equestrian club, there's just like, girl, did you work? It's very classy. It's like girls with their back, but on a horse.
Okay.
Just naked. So I have like the biggest respect for those girls. But yeah, so we're doing stuff like that where we have just started selling those naked calendars, which are for the next year. And that's kind of how we're trying to raise awareness and money right now as well.
Fantastic. And I think it's important to touch on the fact that this charity is also for males.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have many males coming forward?
Less so. Because I think there is just that people are not necessarily aware of the fact that men can get breast cancer as well. But we do have a lot of signs. So usually when we go and have an event or when we have a society event, we have like little signs that people can hold and we take a picture of them. Okay. So we have one of them that says, check your pecs, just to kind of appeal more to men. But no, in general, men don't really are aware of the fact that, you know, they can get breast cancer as well. So that's where we're trying with a lot of our promotional material as well to, you know, check your boobs and your pecs.
Fantastic. I really like that saying. That's really good. So what made you join this charity?
Oh God, I don't actually know. I saw a flyer at some point at university. I was like, yeah, that sounds really interesting, because I'd never really heard of Coppa Feel before. So I just, you know, popped an email. I was like, hey, you know, that sounds really interesting. What do you guys do? And then Lucy back then, who was the boob team leader back then, got back to me and said like, oh, we've, you know, organised bake sales awareness. And I just thought it sounded really cool, especially how much it was targeted towards young people. Yeah. And how much it was targeted, you know, raising that awareness, making young people aware it's like, you're not invincible. I think COVID has shown that quite strongly, that young people are not invincible. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was just kind of a good way, it's a good way, and it's a positive way of going out there and being like, it's not like a way of you're all gonna die, but it's like, here are a few signs to be aware of. And what I like is that a lot of our promotional material is targeted towards young people. So with the text reminder scheme, for example, you get a little text each month at the same time saying, oh, hey, check your boobs. But it doesn't just say check your boobs, it also gives you a little poem or a little joke, just something like that.
Brilliant. So how often then would you be recommending that young people, male, female, check their breasts?
Once a month. Especially for women, you know, women are going through a cycle, and then obviously your boobs change in that period as well. So we kind of recommend just doing it once a month, doing it, you know, up until the collarbone, because your breast tissue extends up until under your armpit and up into the collarbone here. Just checking that whole area once a month, and that will kind of ensure that you're getting the same time of your cycle every month. Okay, yeah. And that you're not going to be too influenced by your hormonal changes when you go through your menstruational cycle. Okay.
Fantastic. It's been great speaking to you today.
Lovely to speak to you.
I think it sounds an amazing charity, and hopefully we'll get to come along and see you at a Freshers' Fair.
Hopefully, yeah.
1 year once we're out of this COVID situation.
Exactly. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, thank you.